Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Storytime with me, Miss Ashley. Today we're going to be reading The Lucky Old Leprechaun. And this book is written and illustrated by Jana Dillon. Check it out. Are you guys ready for St. Patrick's Day? Did you guys get your house all green and decorated? You did? Awesome. How do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day? Well, we celebrate by making an Irish breakfast, traditional Irish breakfast. My husband is from Europe, so that's how we celebrate, and the food is very different, but it's very yummy and very tasty. So I hope you guys have a great St. Patrick's Day. Let's go ahead and get started with The Lucky Old Leprechaun. What do you guys think it's about? Really? Let's find out, shall we? The Lucky Old Leprechaun. Some people say you can't catch a leprechaun nowadays. Well, you can, but you've got to be smart about it. Those tricky little creatures will try to befundle you. They'll try to twirl your thoughts and outwit your plans every time. On the eve of St. Patrick's Day, the O'Sullivan kids, Megan and Sean, were sent to stay with the old grand aunties, Auntie Moira and Auntie Bridget, and Auntie Kathleen. Sure, you might think Meg and Sean would hate spending St. Patrick's Day weekend with the three very old ladies. Oh, but that's upside down thinking. All Meg and Sean had to say was, please, and their dear aunties let them do whatever they wanted, just like that. Aunties, said Meg one day, we want to catch a leprechaun. A leprechaun? Cried Auntie Moira. One of those crabby little shoemakers, said Auntie Bridget. Leave himself alone, said Auntie Kathleen. Who? Asked Sean. The leprechaun in the garden, said Auntie Kathleen. He's been there ever since we were little girls. We named him Lucky Old Leprechaun, said Auntie Bridget. If we catch him, said Meg, he'll grant us a wish. And the stories he could tell us, cried Sean, true stories of long ago. People usually ask for their pot of gold, said Auntie Moira, but tricksters they are. You catch one by holding him in your sight. Blink once, and he's gone forever. Forget about it, kids. Oh, please, begged Megan and Sean. Please, aunties. Oh, all right, sweeties, the aunties said. You honey darlings, they called them. What did we just agree to, said Auntie Kathleen. They had to remind her for the three aunties. Kathleen had the poorest memory of the here and now, but as for the long gone, she could recall every detail. Remember, sisters, Lucky Old Leprechaun always liked to live under one of the thorn bushes or another, and you'll need shovels, kids. Uh-oh, look at all the thorn bushes. Once outside, Sean said, okay, I'm ready. Where's that thorn bush? Now, that was a problem. Why, boys and girls? Do you see all the thorn bushes? The auntie's yard was surrounded by three sides of thorn bush hedges, and Megan and Sean sighed, and they began digging. At sunset, Auntie Kathleen called, breakfast! Oh, I mean dinner! As Meg and Sean were sore and dirty, they went into the house and they heard a little snort laughter. What do you see? Do you see the leprechaun? Is he right there? Uh-oh. It looks like you won't be capturing any leprechauns today, mocked the little Irish voice. The kids turned back, but nothing could be seen. Can we go out searching after dinner, pleaded Meg and Sean as they ate. The day belongs to the people, Auntie Moira. The night belongs to the others. Please, 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 aunties. All right, lovelies, they said. What do you think that they meant? Let's see. This time the kids used their brains, not their muscles, and they slipped out the front door and they tiptoed in the backyard. And there, looking at the holes they had dug, was a wee man in green. And he had his hands on his hips and he was muttering to himself. "We see you, Mr. Lucky old Leprechaun," cried Meg. The little fella whirled around. "Why, it's the two wee children and sweet Auntie Bridget," said himself. "How are you doing, Bridget, my darling?" The kids turned to see no Auntie Bridget, and they turned back. "Gone," cried Sean. "Tricked! I bet he's laughing at us." And indeed, they did hear some snickering. "Oh, you tricked him, huh?" The kids turned back to the house, and Sean stood in the doorway, and he shouted over and over for Meg to come back out. But in truth, Meg wasn't there. She had crept out the front door and into the backyard. And Sean the rogue knew it, and there was Lucky old Leprechaun. "How are you?" laughing at as he listened to Sean. "I see you, Mr. Lucky old Leprechaun," shouted Meg. "I see you again, you again," cried Lucky old Leprechaun. And he stomped his foot angrily. I guess he doesn't like to be caught, huh? Sean came running. "We'll let you go if you give..." What, Meg? What do we want? A spot of gold? But is that really what we want? Quick, Meg, what? "I don't know," wailed Meg. "I guess so. I guess I want the pot of gold," she says. "Granted," said Lucky old Leprechaun. Easily, he took out a candle from his pocket. He lighted it. "Just put my candle down to mark the spot. See, and on my honor, I won't move it while you get your shovels. Is that good enough?" he said. "Oh, what do you think is going to happen?" Oh, yes, Meg, surprised by how easily it was. They raced into the garage for their shovels, but when they came out, the entire backyard was aglow with wee candles. Melting into the grass. "He tricked us again," said Meg, "and we'll never find this spot. Look at all those candles." Oh my gosh, you would have to dig up the whole yard, huh? In the warm circle of light at the table, Meg and Sean joined the grand aunties for tea and Irish bread, and the old dear's usual bedtime snack, you know. "Sean and I have a plan to outwit that leprechaun," said Meg. "How in heaven's name are you going to do that?" said Auntie Moira. "With your help, aunties, please, please," they said. Do you think the aunties are going to help? You do? Let's see. Trap the leprechaun. To track the leprechaun to his home was set up as fine as you please on the kitchen floor. Auntie Moira poured a drop of tea into the wee doll's cup and placed a bit of Irish bread in a tiny dish. And Auntie Bridget let the kids hold her step dancing shoes off the finest leather near the snack. He being a cobbler, she said, giggling, how can he resist? Auntie Kathleen added a $5 gold piece that had lain hidden from the thieves from her underwear drawers for 7 years and placed it near by the teacup. And last they poured gooey shamrock green frosting in a circle around the trap. Ooh. Let's see. St. Patrick's Day morning, the kids leaped out of bed and raced downstairs. Auntie Moira and Auntie Bridget were staring at the trap. It was himself, they cried. The little Manny was here. Indeed, the gold coin was gone and the food was in. Glory be, the little devil cut a piece of leather from my shoe, she said. Do you think the leprechaun escaped? I think so too, huh? Look, took a piece of the shoe. It worked, shouted Sean. Look, there are tiny frosting footprints leaning back to the door. Come on, let's follow them. They opened the hall and they found out and they saw Auntie Kathleen on her hands and knees scrubbing the floor. Uh-oh. There was frosting all over the floor, she said, but don't worry. I cleaned it up and it's bright and shiny again. Ah, Morsha, you didn't, they cried. So they would have caught them, but she cleaned up the mess, right? But Sean and Meg ran past Auntie Kathleen, out the door, the green footprints again, and they began to lead to a hole in the ground underneath a thorn bush. And how do we get him out? Whispered Sean, and Auntie Bridget removed her gold earrings and she put it outside his door. Hide, dearies, she said. It sure didn't take long before that little mister decided to come out, his eyes aglow, staring at the gold. Ooh, look at the gold earring, right? "We see you, lucky old leprechaun," shouted, pouncing on him. "Ah, fine, how do you do?" cried the leprechaun. "Bring the wee fellow inside," squealed Auntie Kathleen. Uh-oh. Lucky old leprechaun. He saw he was in a tight spot. "If that's all the same to you, my fine Colleen Meg," he said in a voice laden with blarney, "it's not interested in talking to anyone, including that sport Sean beside you, or even the trinity of old girls, your aunties. So I'll be on my way begging your pardon. So long, ta-ta. See you some other time." Meg didn't answer. She marched into the house and placed him right onto the table. "Ask for his pot of gold," warned Auntie Moira, "before he tricks you again," she said. "First we want to ask questions," said Sean. "Like, how old are you?" "Nosy child," gripped the shoemaker. "You are a very bit as nosy as your great-great-grandfather, Kevin, back in Ireland, who was always sneaking up on me and asking me questions. But you're not half as bad as your relative, Nosy Didre, the one who married the Viking back 1,000 years ago." Wow. Look at him. Man, huh? "Did you know all our relatives then, way back?" asked Meg. "Too well," he said. "Enough said. How did you get to America?" asked Sean. "Wouldn't you like to know?" said the little man. "Tell us about the little people," said Meg. "It's a long story, and I don't got time to chat," said Lucky. "I'm not answering another nosy question," Meg and Sean whispered into each other's ears, and they nodded. "We have our wish," said Meg. "Well?" demanded the leprechaun. He hugged Auntie Bridget's gold earring tightly to his chest. "Well, what is it?" "What do you think they're going to wish for?" "What would you wish for?" "You would?" "Well, that's a good wish. Really good. Let's see what they say." The aunties leaned forward to hear. "Our wish is that you come back to us every St. Patrick's Day and answer all of our questions." "No gold," said the little Miss Miser, looking up truly shocked. "With gold we could only buy things that anyone could buy, and soon it will be gone. But hardly anyone in the world has a leprechaun to talk to." "Agreed," said lucky old leprechaun. "I will happily do it." "See you next year," called Meg, and the leprechaun leaped off on the table. "On St. Patrick's Day, lucky old leprechaun, top of the morning to you all, and the rest of the day to yourself," piped Sean in the truest St. Patrick's Day style. The end. Did you guys enjoy that? I know I did. That would be really cool if you really did find a leprechaun on St. Patrick's Day, right? And then you could make a wish, and you could maybe ask him to come back every St. Patrick's Day so you could ask all these questions you want. That would be really cool, right? I hope you guys enjoyed Storytime with me, Miss Ashley. It was wonderful to read to you, and it's always wonderful to get to see you, boys and girls. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.